Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Elf is just one of those movies that just gets me into the season. I find this to be one of Will Ferrell's best movies, if not his best movie, and it's one that we watch every season, so I was really excited to find there's a new board game based on it, so that was an instant purchase in this family. Oh yeah, this is one that we really wanted to nail down. So, what do you get? You get a board game based on the opening kind of scenes where Buddy is trying to find his way down to New York City, right? So he's going on, paths, and he's going left, and he's going right, he's going all the ways it needs to go, and having little adventures. This is it. So this leaves out all the James Caan stuff, leaves out all the family stuff, and kind of puts this more centered on that little adventure, which is fine. It's not unheard of for a board game based on IP to kind of focus in on one scene or one section of a movie. Some of that family drama is a little bit harder to get into a board game, so this works fine. And the game is fun. Even though you're playing cards, it's really a tile laying game, and everybody's moving Buddy, and you want to get into spots that you want to get that will score you the most points. I think that easily works. Kids understand it very quickly. And I think that's fun. It's a little bit random. The hidden scoring, so you don't even know if you're behind, but you can kind of get a gist that you're not going to win. The best board game in the world? Absolutely not. This is really something you want to play at Christmas time. And the more that you enjoy the movie, I think the more you're going to enjoy this. If it's not a movie you've seen, or a movie you enjoy, or a movie you're going to watch, then I don't think this holds a lot to play to you. Although I got to say, it's a little bit of above average game. I think it's a fine little game for mass market, for Christmas themed. And if you like that Elf, it's definitely going to bring that in. The tiling is fun. The hidden goals are fun. Trying to get Buddy to different sections of the board is really fun. And I think that it works as a package for a Christmas-themed game. For us, it's going to be a keeper. We're going to pull this out every year and try it out. So here's Elf, Journeys to the North Pole. First thing you can tell, it's a triangular box. It's going to be fit perfectly on your board gaming shelf, right? So when you open this up, you're going to see all kinds of goodies. You have an instruction booklet, which we'll take a look at in a few minutes. You're going to have this puzzle that will make up the board. Now, these are going to fold out. Very colorful, actually, and look very nice with a lot of details on it. So very impressed with that. You're going to get a Buddy the Elf. It doesn't look like Will Ferrell much, but yeah, it's Buddy the Elf. And you're going to have any number of little things. Now, one thing I do want to point out in particular are the cards. So these cards are fine. They're very thin, but they're fine. They're just gold cards. So you just kind of sit there and you look at them occasionally. These cards are a little bit more problematic. Now, they're tiny because they need to fit on the board, but man, are they hard to shuffle and kind of utilize. They're just small. The quality is fine, but they're just tiny. So be aware of that. Hard to shuffle. You might want to, go like this when you're shuffling versus trying to shuffle them up because it's just very difficult. Otherwise, very good. No complaints. Here is the rulebook for Elf. It's kind of cute, so it just kind of rolls out. Picture of setup. That's great. No problems. And the components are kind of listed here, so it kind of helps out. Going to have explanation of the gold cards and what you do on a turn. This is really just the game right here. That's all it is. And then, playing the path cards. Always rules when you're laying down tiles, which is really what these cards are. They're tiles. Landing on a location, what happens, the special locations, and ending the game. Very, very simple, and a scoring example on the back. Great job on the rulebook. So the first thing you do is set up the board. All these little tiles will be put on the gingerbread men, have different scores on them. They will be shuffled up and placed face down. And the boards will be put together. Buddy starts there, and you have a little snow globe down here on New York City. So what's going to happen is you're going to shuffle up the gold cards, and everybody is going to get one of these. And what this means is you're going to be trying to get Buddy to go to these locations during the board. So if he goes to Gumdrop Village, what you'll do is you'll take Gumdrop Village off if he's the first time he goes there, and he'll be put on the 3-star marker. And let's say he goes to this one second on the 3-star. He goes here next. He'll go to the 2nd star, etc. And everybody will score these cards. So, for example, these 2 gold cards both score for the snowman. So if I have this and you have this one and this one, we're both going to score 2 points for our gold card for the snowman, for him getting to the snowman, etc. But you can see the rest of them are different. So that's one way that you can score points. So on your turn, you're going to have these path cards are going to be down. And they're kind of tiny, but you can see they have this on it. So Buddy's going to start here. On your turn, you got to play at least one of these. And you can play as many as you would like, but eventually you're going to run out. So let's say I'm trying to get over here to Gumdrop Village because I want to score that, and this was all reset at the beginning of the game. So as long as the end of it touches the arrow, I can go through that. Then at the end of my turn, regardless of how many cards that I've played, I will draw 2 additional cards. So my hand goes back up to 3. And that's really how the game goes. So the next player will maybe want to take this. I find it easier to just set him off. Might want to take Buddy in a different direction than perhaps I was wanting him to go, because they want to go somewhere else. Okay. Now these maple places on the board will allow you to draw 1. So it's a tile. It's really a card lane, but they're tiles for all effects purposes. And you're trying to meet these goals so you can score the points. And you want him to go to your locations first because they will be worth more points. If you land on a gingerbread, you get to take him, and each star is worth a victory point. So you can see that one is worth 1, and this one is worth 2. So going to the gingerbreads can give you a way to get extra victory points. So what you're trying to do is build a path all the way down to New York City. Whoever gets him down to New York City gets the 2 stars on it. So it'll be 2 victory points, and the game will end. You will count up the number of victory points, and you will determine who the winner of the game is. Who should buy this game? Easily fans of Elf, right? That's a no-brainer. If you're looking for a Christmas-themed game to play with the family, you want something that nearly anyone could play, this is a fairly easy game to get on the table. There's an actual game in the box, as opposed to that Twinkling Lights game from Christmas Vacation. There's something here, and it works. Might not be the most in-depth. It might not be the best game that you've ever played. This isn't Caverna 2.0. But for a family-like game based on Buddy the Elf, it's not a mass market. It's not a roll and move. You get something that's an actual game, and I think they've done a pretty good job on it, and one I can recommend to you.